Hi everybody, this is Rae from Willow Gardens Yoga Studio, and I'm here with Kerrie, who's going to assist me in our class today. So hopefully everyone is doing really well and staying healthy, and we're really happy to share this Pilates class with you today. So we're going to get started on the back in hook line position and just coming into our Pilates breath. It's always really good to review the Pilates breath because it's not super intuitive. So we want to make sure that we really connect with the breathing. And remember in Pilates that we are inhaling in the nose and we're exhaling out the mouth. So we're going to inhale in the nose, open the mouth, exhale out the mouth as you pull the ribs together, sternum toward the spine, connecting with your T-point. Inhale in the nose, exhale out the mouth, sternum down, spine, good, hugging in, nice, inhale. Exhale, big open mouth. HA breath with your fog in the window, making sure everything's nice and tight. Lifting to the pelvic floor, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, let's do two more. Open your mouth, exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Good, one more. Inhale. Big exhale as you really pull your ribs together. Lift through the pelvic floor, squeeze. Keep everything nice and tight. Hold it right there, hang on to it. And then slowly release. Very nice. From here, she's going to lift up both legs. We're going to come into a Pilates tabletop. So you want to make sure that your calves are parallel to the floor in your Pilates tabletop, and that you're making a nice 90-degree angle here between the tops and the bottoms of your legs. So right in your knee socket, try to make it 90 degrees. Now from here, we're just going to tap the toes to the floor on both sides. So we're going to lower the right foot and then the left foot. We're going to take this a little faster today. We worked on this a little bit yesterday, one leg at a time. But today we're just going to move back and forth. And I want you to think about moving like you're moving through jello with resistance, or think about maybe moving through sand, keeping everything really tight. We're just warming up the hamstrings, warming up the psoas, and warming up the core here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Let's stretch out a little bit here. Roll around in the low back. Hopefully that feels really nice to the low back. And just notice, take a moment here to check in with the body, see how you're feeling. If anything feels tight, you might want to just take note of that for your practice. And from here, we're going to open up into a happy baby by grabbing hold of the outer edges of the feet and pulling the knees down toward the floor. So we're opening the hips a little bit. Feel free to move in this space if you want to. Rock side to side again, straightening through one leg or both legs. It's really up to you. Free movement here. There's no wrong or right way to do this. Any movement that feels good to the body is the right thing to be doing at this point. Just opening up. Big, nice stretch through the hips, through the adductors, through the hamstrings. If you're hearing any popping or noises, that's all normal. Just let it happen. And then we're going to bring the knees back in. Now from here, I want you to lift both legs straight up. See if you can get your ankles directly over your hips. You want to get and make a nice 90-degree here angle between your legs and your torso. You're going to lower one leg down at a time, just one leg, right leg down, and then you're going to switch the legs. Left leg lowers and switch. Still just warming up here and switch. Let's do 3 more on each side. Just warming up nice and slow again with resistance, like you're moving through jello. 2 more. You can point your toes or you can flex your toes, whatever's more comfortable for you. If you start to feel any foot cramps, you can always relax the feet a little bit. And then from there, let's pull the knees back in, give yourself one more little hug. Now from here, we're going to stand up. So we're going to practice something really fun. We're going to take the hands to behind the legs, and we're going to start to get some momentum really long ways on the spine. And we're going to see if we can come all the way up to standing. You may need to use your hands a little bit, and if you do, that's no problem. And then you can practice it again if you want to. coming back down and seeing if you can come back up, getting that momentum, just practicing some core. Noticing that when I had my feet apart, so I actually had to work a little harder to get up that time than usual because I only rocked once. So let's try one more time. Maybe rock 2 or 3 times, try to keep the feet together and also the knees together. So let's go down, get some momentum. This time I'm gonna rock a couple more times so I can try to get up with my feet together and my knees together. One more time, getting the momentum, there we go. So then I was able to do it, keeping my feet and my knees together. Because that's really hard to do without using your hands. If you need to use your hands, no big deal.
It's just why I always cross my feet, because I don't have that ability. So I cross my legs, and that helps me come up.
Perfect. So just play with that. And if you do need to use your hands, remember, try to get through the sweet spot first, right when you lift up, lift through the pelvic floor, engage your core, and then you can use your hands if you need to, no problem. And also if you fall on your booty, that's okay too. I've done that before myself. So let's reach out, take a big inhale, grab hold of your left wrist and stretch over to the right. Big full body stretch here. Breathing into the left side ribs, stretch and reach, and then come back to the center. Grab your right wrist over to the other side. Just breathe here, stretching into this, and then back into the center. Let's take a swan dive, forward fold, bringing the hands down to the floor. We're gonna walk the hands out, 1, 2, 3, 4, coming into our high plank, lowering down halfway. Use your HA breath, Pilates ha, to push yourself back up. Coming back into your Pilates Pike, and we're gonna stay here. We're gonna pedal our feet. Feel free to take this into a down dog if you want. That means that you might want to open up your feet a little bit, walk your hands back a tiny bit, getting a nice V shape with the body. So the Pilates Pike and the down dog are very similar. Just feel it out, whatever feels right. Pedal your feet. Noticing if your calves are starting to open up, how your hamstrings are feeling. And then you can come up onto the tippy toes and then peel the heels back down if that feels good. Now from here, we're going to drop down to the knees, tabletop. We're going to press back with the right foot, getting a nice calf stretch here on the right side leg. Stretch it out. And then coming back forward, lift the right leg up and pull the right leg forward with control and bring it back. Again, forward, bring it back, forward, bring it back, and coming back through the tabletop, press back with the left leg, pressing into the ball of the left foot, opening up the calf. Should feel really good. Just take a breath or two. And then we're going to move into that more powerful movement here by lifting the left leg up parallel to the floor. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, left leg comes forward and bring it back, and forward, bring it back, and forward, bring it back. Coming back through the tabletop, we're going to flow through a couple of cat-cows here, opening up the spine just a little bit more, still warming up in the practice. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for the cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now you can stay right here in your tabletop, or you can lift yourself back up into your Pilates Pike. We're going to lift the right leg up, pull the knee to the nose, hold it there, and then we're going to send it right back to the back. We're going to pull the knee to the right elbow, and we're going to send it back. And then knee to the left elbow, send it back. Pull the knee back to the forehead and step it through in between the hands, taking this low lunge, dropping down to the back knee and feeling that nice stretch here. Just feel it out. Maybe take your right knee into your hand and push it forward if that feels good. Just whatever feels natural to you. Stretching. Sometimes I like to lift up and really press into the leg here. Feeling a big stretch through the left side. Top of the leg there. Breathe it out. Slowly come back down. From here, you're gonna pop up onto that back foot, coming into this runner's lunge, tent up onto your fingers, and see if you can lift all the way up into a high crescent lunge. Holding here, sit a little lower, and then bring the hands back down. We're gonna step back into a high plank, hold here. We're gonna lower down, take a push up, press it back up, coming back into your pike. Pedal out those feet again if you need to, if you're still feeling a little bit tight. Hopefully they're starting to feel a little bit warm. Just giving some nice yoga influence movements here in our Pilates class today. We call this Yoga Lattes at our studio. A lot of people call it that. All right, find some stillness here, pressing into the shoulders. And when you're ready, left leg lifts up, knee to the nose, send it back. Knee to the left elbow, stay strong, and send it back. Remember, you can do this in the tabletop to the right elbow, send it back, and then knee to the nose, to the forehead, and step it through. Drop to the back knee, and here we go. Stretch it out. We're here for a few breaths. Just press it forward, just noticing if your hips are feeling tight or if your adductors are in need of a little bit of extra love or attention today. Breathe and relax. We have a dog in the ring today. Dogs bring good chi energy into yoga studios, so she's just giving us a little bit of love. All right, let's pop up onto that back foot, onto the right toes. When you're ready, really powerful here. See if you can lift all the way up, high crescent lunge, so hard, right? Sit a little deeper into your lunge. Bring the hands back down, press back, high plank. Lower down for the push-up if you want. Take the knees if you need to. HA breath to lift up, pressing back into your pike. From here, we're gonna walk the hands back to the feet. We're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. Suck the belly in all the way up. Nice candy cane shape with the body. And then the arms are gonna follow. Now, Kerrie's gonna demo a couple of Pilates push-ups. You can do them with her and I'll talk you through. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, roll down. Candy cane shape with the body. C shape here. Fingers to the floor. Walk it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. High plank, lower down. Take your knees anytime you need to. Push it back up. Press up. Pilates Pike. Here we go. Walk the hands back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling up. One vertebrae at a time. One vertebrae at a time. Nice and strong. Arms come up to follow. Exhale, take it back down. We're gonna do 2 more of these, which actually means we have 5 more push-ups. So get ready. Remember, you can always be on the knees. Here we go, 2 push-ups, and I'll show you what that looks like on the knees. Great modification. Press it back up, Pilates Pike. Walk the hands back, all the way back to the feet. Rolling up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice and strong. Suck the belly in, ribs together, arms follow. Inhale, exhale, roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Candy cane shape with the body, hands toward the floor, walk it out. 2, 3, 4. Take the knees if you need to. 3 push-ups, elbows in, ribs together, everything is tight. Ha breath as you lift up. Nice. Press it back, Pilates Pike. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. We're gonna stay right here this time. Stretch it out, just take a moment here. You can wiggle your knees forward and back if that feels good. Any other movement, sway your hips side to side a little bit if that feels nice. And then from here, we're gonna heel toe the feet open. Grab hold of your big toes and get a nice full body stretch. My hamstrings are not quite open yet, so I'm just using this opportunity to stretch it out just a little bit more. And we're gonna move into a couple other really fun Pilates exercises. Working the shoulders, working the core, moving into some spinal rotation. It's all going to be so fun. Now from here, keep your fingers on your toes. Lift forward, like you're looking forward, lifting your heart up to try to straighten out your spine as much as you can here. So bend your knees, put your belly on your thighs if you need to, and try to lengthen through the spine. So you're lengthening, pulling the tailbone back And then you're gonna take a big exhale, bending into it a little bit deeper here. Bend the knees if you need to. And then look forward, lift your heart. Tailbone pulling back, spine long, and exhale, fold it out. Very nice. One more time here. Inhale, lift your heart. Rolling forward at the balls of the feet as you slowly exhale down. And just hang here. Feel free to release the toes, grabbing opposite elbows, hanging in what we call ragdoll pose, if that feels nice. You can also place your hands underneath your feet for gorilla pose. Feel that out. And then trying to straighten out the legs slowly. But you want to keep the connection between the belly and the thighs. It's a much safer way to stretch out your hamstrings, especially for those of you who have tight hamstrings like me. You want to make sure that you keep the belly-thigh connection. Slowly, we're going to bring the hands to the waist. We're going to suck the belly in, pull the ribs together, really engage the core, lifting all the way back up. Heel toe the feet back together. Take a moment. Just take a breath, take a little rest here. We're going to get a little bit more power into our practice. Here we go. Arms up. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to walk the hands forward, coming into our push-up now. Option for just one push-up, on the knees or off. You're going to hold your high plank, lift your right leg up, pulse it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Left leg up, pulse it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Right leg comes back up. Bring it forward. Tap the toes to the floor. Bring it back and lower. Left leg lifts. Pull it forward. Tap the toe to the floor. Bring it back and down. One more time on each side. You can do it. Take the knees if you need to. Bring it back and down. Left leg forward, back, and down. Come down to the knees. Press into a child's pose. Take a little break. Just one breath in the nose. Big sigh out the mouth. From here, come back through your tabletop into your high plank. You can also stay right in your tabletop. You're going to lift the right leg up just like we did before. And this time I want you to pull the right leg forward just like we did before. Try to keep the toes hovering. No sagging in the back. Let's pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Woo. All right. Talk about some power. Left side. Here we go. Pull it forward. No touching the floor if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send it back. Lower. Drop to the knees. Take a child's pose. One big breath in. Open mouth. Let it go. All right. Last one here. Coming back through your tabletop. Stay right here or high plank. Lift your right leg up this time. Bring it forward. Let the foot touch the floor. Coming into this wide angled split. So here, you can bring your belly down to the floor if that feels good, or you can stay lifted, getting a little bend in the back. So you're getting a nice spinal extension, opening the hips. I'm really feeling this in my adductors on the right side. Where are you feeling this? Everywhere. She says everywhere. Good answer. Now, this is going to be really hard. So get ready, but it's so fun. You're going to tuck that back toe. Don't do it yet. Tuck the back toe, and then we're going to bring ourselves back into the high plank. Let's try it. Go for it. Here we go. Tuck the left toe, lift up, high plank, or tabletop, and down. Let's do the other side. Left leg up, pull it forward, slide that leg out, coming into the wide angled split. Notice if this side feels different. I'm definitely going down, not quite as far on this side as I do on the right side, but that's normal for the sides of the body to feel a little different or one to be tighter. Are you feeling this one everywhere too?
Yeah, actually this side is more open.
More open for her.
On this side.
Definitely not for me. All right, now tuck the toes, bring it back, so powerful. Come back down, drop to the knees, child's pose. All right, so good, y'all. Now, take a big inhale here, big exhale, let it go. Slowly start to crawl your fingers forward, lifting the hips up over the knees, coming into puppy pose. Bring the forehead down to the floor, or chin on the floor or the mat. Now that's a pretty intense shoulder opener there, and you can see that Kerrie's got her chin on the floor. You can also try to look forward, and if you look forward, then it's a huge opening for the shoulders, but you also really want to open through the low back here. A really nice spinal extension happening there. Huge shoulder opener. If it's too intense, you can always back out of it. You can bend the arms, and you can also put the forehead on the floor. So take one more breath here. Sometimes this is called heart melting pose. It's a really great way to just open up the body. One more exhale here. It helps to smile too. And then slowly make your way back into your tabletop. Take your left hand to the center of your mat. Reach your right arm up long. Big side body stretch here. And we're going to pull the right arm through, but we're not going to come into a thread the needle. We're just going to hover. And then we're going to lift it back up. And then we're going to hover. And lift it back up. And hover. And lift it back up. Big stretch here. And down. Other side. So now, inch your right hand toward the center of your mat. Lift up on the inhale. Exhale, pull it through just to the hover. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale, stretch long, hold for the exhale, and then slowly bring it down. Very nice, y'all. Now from here, let's just do a little bit of wrist work. We're going to start working some spinal extensions into the postures that we've just been working on. So Kerrie's going to show you different ways you can work the wrist. You can move forward and back. You can take little circles on the wrist. Notice she's going palms up. And coming palms up with both hands can be very challenging. So you can do that one at a time, just to take the pressure off of one hand. Sometimes that feels a little bit nicer. And these postures are so important for the overall health of your wrists, although they can be a little bit intense. So just breathe through it, side to side, circles. You can also turn your fingers side. I think she's got her fingers turned all the way toward the legs. If that's not happening for your body, don't worry. A-okay, just whatever feels right to do for your wrist. And then we're gonna sit back and we're gonna shake all that out. So shake out the hands. I always like to take this little wave with my hands, maybe a little cactus arm in and out. Feels really good. Shake it off. Okay, come on to the hips. We're coming on to the left hip here. And I think for you, Kerrie, if you don't mind turning toward them, toward the video, we're going to do mermaid seat. And so that way you'll be long way on your mat. And yeah. So notice here she's in mermaid legs. And mermaid legs, her knees are going to be almost even with each other. This one knee, that is, her left knee is a little bit back behind the right knee. And then she's got one foot in front of the other. So basically you want everything sort of in one line from your feet to your hips to your wrist on the other side of the body. So that's a mermaid seat. So she's going to take her left arm. She's going to reach it up and over for a big side body stretch. So you can join her for this one. And then come back, stretch it over to the other side, sort of the awkward side here. This one always actually feels really good for me, even though it feels super awkward. Like I always feel like I need it, you know what I mean? Okay. All right, now she's going to do the same thing. Lift the hips up. So now her hips are going to lift off the floor just a little bit. Just the hips up. Just the hips. There you go. And then bring it back down. Okay, next level. Now she's going to show you how to lift all the way up into that side plank. You're going to reach up and over. Big stretch here. And then come back down. And then one more variation. She's going to show you lift up. And she's going to pull that arm through for a nice spinal rotation here. Try to touch those mirrors behind you. You touch the wall behind you. Then you bring it back into the side plank. And then you come down. Very nice. So those are 4 different levels for that particular posture. So you pick whatever level you're working at and take a moment here to just play around with it. We're going to do 5 of these. So make sure that you pick whichever one you want to work with, or you can build up and then you can build back down if you need to rest a little bit. I'm going to show you the modifications and she'll show you the full expression for the final level. Here we go. Big stretch over, side plank. I'm dropping to the right knee. I'm still doing the pull through, reaching for those mirrors behind me. but like my knee is down. That's okay, I'm still working. Then I'm coming back into the side plank with the knee dropped. And then I'm gonna come back down into my mermaid. Okay, 4 more, wherever you're working here. I'm gonna keep my knee down, feels really good. I'm still gonna pull it through for the spinal rotation, but you don't have to. That's an extra add-on if you want to work on the spinal rotation. And then back down, 3 more, wherever you are. You can just lift the hips, this feels really good too. And then back down, wherever you are, wherever you wanna be. You can also just take this stretch. We have 1 more after this. If you want to take it easy, that's okay. I'm going to lift back up into my modified side plank. I'm going to try for 1 more rotation here, reaching back behind me, coming all the way back up and around. So fun, so hard, and down. Let's counter stretch 1 more time. Really feel that out. Ooh. Little deeper here, and then slowly come out. Swing the legs around to the other side. And remember, all those modifications are doing great things for the body. So if you're unable to lift up into the side plank, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just do whatever you can. Okay? So we'll start with level 1 first, and then we'll move up, and then we'll do 5. So she's just going to remind you what those variations are. She's going to just take the stretch first. So just stretching, reaching, big side body stretch here, and then coming back. The next one, she's going to just lift the hips. That's it. Hips up, and then back down. On the next one, she's going to come all the way into the side plank, and I was showing you how to modify that with just keeping the knee drop, side plank, reaching up and over, and then she's going to come back down. Oh, sorry. That's okay. And then for the 4th one, she's going to reach up and over with the side plank, and then she's going to pull the arm through, reach behind her, hips up, and then coming back around and down. All right, so you have 5 of those, so go for it. So whichever variation you're working, you can do a combination, or you can work your way up to the hardest one and then work your way back down if you need to. So here we go. I'm gonna keep showing you the modified side plank. And remember, the spinal rotation here in the side plank is really nice. Get a lot out of it. And then coming back down. You can also just lift the hips, just as a reminder. And down. 3 more. Work at your own pace here. Make sure you're breathing. Very nice. 2 more. Almost finished. Don't give up. We got this. I know it's hard. So good for the body. And down. Last one. Here we go. Strong and powerful. Hips up. Reaching through. Side plank. And down. Whew. All right. Bring your legs out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. And just notice how your body is feeling. There's a lot of work for the shoulders and some spinal rotation. So I love that exercise. It's one of my favorite Pilates exercises. All right. From here, I want you to come to a very powerful seat. In yoga, we call this staff pose. Pulling the toes towards your face, sitting up nice and tall. Spine long, belly in, ribs together. Bring your hands behind, or just behind your hips, or just level with the hips and shoulders down. Tuck your chin and hold on to this. If your legs are shaking, then you're doing it right, okay? Really powerful posture here. Now, let it go, relax. From here, I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. Keep that engagement, but bring your arms out in front of you. We're gonna take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're gonna lower down just a little bit, just a little bit. Now inhale, pull it back up. And then exhale back down. Pretend like someone's in front of you, pulling your hands forward. Very nice. And bring it back down. Keep the legs engaged. 2 more. And down. And up. Keep the heels on the floor. And down. Very nice. Now arms come up. We're going to do that the other way. We're going to backtrack now. We're going to get up. We're going to try to keep the heels down. So here we go. Big inhale. Exhale, lift up just a little bit. Inhale. Exhale a little more. You can do it. Inhale. Exhale a little more. We got this. Inhale. Last one. And relax. All right. We're going to do that one more time. You have an option to make it a little bit harder by bringing the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers if you want to. If it gets too much, just bring the arms out. Let's try it. Here we go. Keep the heels down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Harder, right? Exhale. My heels are starting to lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, okay. Give that a rest. That was so hard. I almost had to bring my arms out. That's okay if you need to. Now we're going to come up. I'm going to try to keep my hands behind my head the whole time. If we are unable to do that, guess what? It's okay. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale up. Just a little bit. It's going to get hard. Exhale. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Stop it. One more. Let's pull forward. Stretch it long. Like you're reaching over a coffee table. Slowly coming back up. Bring the hands down and relax. Shake the legs out a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, but when I came up, I actually had to pull my elbows in like this. And she let go of her hands. So it takes that hump. Yeah, it takes like a ton of work to get past that hump. So what we were doing is actually the harder version of that sit-up. So I'll just show you what it looks like with one breath. You can have the arms behind you or here. Inhale. And then, okay, that's the basic Pilates roll up. And then if you want to do it with your hands behind your head, inhale. And try to keep the elbows out, which I'm able to do with one breath. But when you turn it into 5 breaths, it's a whole different beast. And so what we were doing is encouraging you to try the harder version, but that's okay because that's also how we get stronger. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind us, behind the hips this time. Point the toes forward. Big shoulder opener here. Lift up. Lift the hips. Now keep the head long. So if you're a yogi, you're going to want to drop your head back. We don't do that in Pilates. We keep the head long. We're going to lift the right leg up. Pulse it. 5, 4. So hard. 3, 2, 1. And down. Left leg. And pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Lower down. Big challenge. Bend the right knee. Place the right foot over the left leg. Take your left elbow to the opposite side of your right leg and give yourself a beautiful spinal extension. Extend the spine long here and then deepen that rotation if you want to. But the most important thing about this posture is the extended spine. You want to use that extension to inhale and then exhale. You can go into the rotation a little bit more deeply. But remember, sit up nice and tall. So no leaning back into it. One more breath. Rotate it around and then slowly come back. You can have a little counter to the other side if that feels natural, and then we'll take the other side. Left leg comes to the outside of the right leg. So I'm hooking my ankle around my knee area. You can take it a little higher if you want to. Right arm comes around this time. Remember, spinal extension here. So spine is long, not curved. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And notice how I have my arms straight and she has her arm bent. So you pick whichever way is more comfortable for you. If you're unable to get your arm to the other side of the leg, that's okay too. Just give yourself a nice hug here and then pull yourself around. Look behind your left shoulder. Very nice. Slowly come out. Counter to the other side. Come out and give yourself a little rest. Nice work, y'all. All right, now we're going to roll down with that 5 breath that we practiced to come onto the back for the 5 series. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale down. 5 of these. Keep the heels down. Everything stays engaged. Everything. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Engage. Exhale down. One more. Heels want to lift. Keep them down. Pull the belly in. Stern the spine. and relax. So just rest here, take a moment. It was a lot of work there that you just did over the last 20 minutes or so. We're moving into the last 15 or so minutes of our class, so we're going to work on some of the 5 series here. And I'm going to walk you through it. Kerrie's going to demo, and you can follow along with her. We're going to start with the first one. So she's going to bend the right knee in, extend the left leg out. She's barely going to touch her right knee and thigh with her hands. So notice she's not grabbing hold for dear life. It's a little touch. She's going to lift up, head, neck, and shoulder, and she's going to switch. Very good. And switch. And switch. Notice the breath. Hear your own breathing here. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Pull the knees in. Give yourself a hug. Take a little rest just for a moment. We're working through these pretty quickly today because we still have a little bit more work to do in our practice. All right, moving into the second series. She's going to extend the right leg up toward the ceiling as she extends the left leg long. If it's hovering, that's okay. If it's on the floor, that's okay too. She's going to switch and switch. Follow your breath. Notice the breath here. The knees are bent. That's also fine. Very good. And the knees can be just a little bit bent depending on the flexibility of your hamstrings. Kerrie obviously has very flexible hamstrings, so she's able to keep the legs straight and pull them back toward her face. Now 1 more on each side, and then she's going to start the pulses, all right? So she's going to start to pulse, 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 pulse. So little sniffs. Sniff, sniff. Good. You hear that? Like a symphony. Symphony of breath. Yeah, the Pilates breathing. It's the powerhouse of the practice here. Very nice. Last one on each side. Pull the knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Give yourself a little rest. We're going to go right into the next one. So now her hands are down by the ankles. She's going to lift up, head, neck, and shoulders. And here we go. Arms come up and then around. And up. And around. She's doing this very gracefully, so if yours isn't quite feeling quite as graceful, that's okay. Remember, she's a Pilates teacher, so perfection is not the goal, right? Progress is the goal, and wherever you are is a good place. 3 more. Breathe. Inhale, extend. Exhale, around. Inhale, extend. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale, hug those knees in. Now lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Lift the legs all the way up over the hips so your ankles are directly over the hips. Bend the knees slightly if you need to. Take an inhale as you lower the legs down. Big HA breath to lift the legs back up. Ooh, so hard, right? If you want to make this a little harder, you can start to have the hands off the floor. Now you don't have the pressure of the hands to help you the balance. If you want to make it even harder, you can bring the hands behind your head. I dare you to try that one. Whew, all right, that one's so hard. 2 more here. Use the ha breath. Remember, the ha breath is the engine for the work in Pilates. 1 more time. And up and lower all the way down and relax on your back. So hard. Good job, Kerrie. She's just like, ah. All right, that was pretty fast through the 5 series. That 5 series wasn't necessarily in the exact order that we always do them, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're working and as long as you're breathing, okay? So remember, there's always these awesome modifications, so be sure to take those modifications anytime you need to. Now from here, I'm going to show you from the side, and she's going to show you from this angle so that you can work on this posture with us. And we worked on this a little bit. Well, I think I did it yesterday in my class and maybe also on Monday. So we're going to sit back up nice and tall, spine long. And if you don't want to roll onto the neck, please don't. If you have any spinal issues, be very careful. And then we're going to come back, legs up. You can stay right here and work on the lift that I've been working with you on in my Pilates classes. or you can try to bring it up and over, and Kerrie's showing you from a different angle. Now we're going to open the legs, do a V, slowly roll down. Everything is tight, engage your core, moving with control, legs together. Hold it right there. If you have osteoporosis at any level, no rolling on the neck, you just stay right on the back, okay? Here we go. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, open the legs. Inhale, slowly roll back down, keep the legs open, and then bring the legs back together. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Here we go. This time I'm not touching my feet to the floor. I'm just opening, so you may be here. This is great too. And down. Very nice. I'll let Kerrie rest a little bit there. And so what I'm going to do now is show you what to do if you're not rolling onto the shoulder blades, not rolling onto the back, either lifting up or just opening the legs as the person who's rolling over. And this is also great work for the body. You're working the adductors as well as the abductors. Very nice. All right, good work. Bend the knees, grab hold of the backs of the thighs. We're going to roll up again, but not to standing, this time to seated. I promise it's a little easier than that standing roll up that we did earlier in class. All right, extend the legs long, open them up to a V, to about mats with distance, sit up nice and tall. We've got to get in our spinal rotations. Any good full body Pilates workout includes 5 different forms of exercise. Spinal rotations is one of them. We've already done some. Let's take the hands back behind the head, interlace the fingers, feet are strong, thighs are contracted. Inhale, twist to the right, exhale back to the center. Inhale to the left, exhale, center. Inhale right, exhale center, inhale left, exhale center. 3 more here. 2, 1. Now hold this connection with the core. Release the arms and just stretch forward. So we're not collapsing here, we're reaching, like you're reaching long over that coffee table that we did earlier. Very nice. Sit up nice and tall, bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, press the palms forward, big stretch here, and then raise the arms all the way up. Bring the arms down and around and relax. And we're going to move into saw, one of my most favorite Pilates exercises for spinal rotation. And for saw, we're going to be pretending like we're going to saw off the pinky toe with the pinky finger. So that's the best way to think about it. Arms come out to a V, and you're going to have your hands in your peripheral vision. And I'll let Kerrie demo this since we're a little bit close to each other. And she's going to take an inhale to rotate, and then exhale 3 times. Saw, 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 and up. Good. Inhale to the left. Exhale. Up, back to the center. 4 more on each side here. Nothing easy about this stretch. So good for the body. It looks easy when someone else does it, but it certainly is not. Last one on each side here. Just twisting with the torso. She's not moving anything other than the torso. Controlled movements. Remember Pilates. Controlology. Contrology. Very nice. All right. So from here, we're going to take that stretch a little deeper. This is going to feel really nice. Bring your arms out. Turn to the right, and then we're going to take the hand to the outside of the right foot and give yourself a nice twist. So pretend like someone is behind you and they're taking your finger and they're pulling you so that they're opening the body. We've done a lot of spinal work today, so hopefully this one feels really good. Big twist. Look behind you if you can. You can have your hand on your waist if this is too much. Now, if you can't grab the outer edge of your feet, that's okay too. You just reach. So wherever you are, you're getting a tremendous stretch. You're feeling it for sure. And slowly come out. Back up. And let's turn and do the other side. Wherever the hand can reach. Again, you can grab a toe. You can just reach, but we're stretching forward. We're not collapsing into the stretch because we're keeping it long. So we're pretending like someone's pulling the hand back to really rotate the spine and open up the shoulders. So really intense stretch through the spine and the shoulders. Feeling that beautiful stretch here. And then slowly, let's come back to the center. Very nice work, y'all. Swing those legs around, coming onto the hips, coming onto the belly for our final set of exercises for today. We're going to be on the belly. Open up your legs to a V. Contract your thighs so much that your kneecaps are lifting. Fingertips right at the shoulders, elbows in. We're going to take an inhale as we peel up. Chest off the floor, holding here, breathing, and then lowering back down. Lifting back up. Lowering back down. One more time. Lift up and down. Rest your left cheek. Extend your arms long by your side and just rest for a moment. We're going to build on to that a little bit. Take a moment and slowly bring the chin back forward. Coming back into that posture, but this time we're going to see if we can lift the arms up into a cactus or goalpost as we lift the chest. So let's try it. Here we go. Cactus. Exhale down. Maybe keep the hands hovered. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, hold it. Hold it. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Maybe the feet come off the floor. And down. This time, let's rest the right cheek on the floor. You bring your arms back down by the side. Give yourself a little rest here. Those are so hard, right? They look so easy. They're so not easy. All right, so now we're going to add on to that one a little bit. I'm going to talk you through so Kerrie can demo. Those are pretty hard to talk through, so I'm super happy that I have a student to help me demo today. It makes my life so much easier. Thank you, Kerrie. All right, she's like, great, what do I have in store for me now? All right, she's going to bring the chin back forward. She's going to bring the fingertips back to the deltoids. She's going to come into her cactus arm, lifting up, hovering the arms, reach the arms behind her. Maybe the legs lift, that's up to you. Open up the chest. If she wants to interlace the fingers, she can. Open up the shoulder a little more, look up a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Bring the arms back to the cactus as she slowly lowers down. If she wants to make this a little harder, she can keep that hover, or you can bring the arms all the way down, okay? Either way, it's hard, so you pick it, okay? Whatever level you're working at. Here we go. We have 3 of these. Lift up, arms back, inhale up, arms back around, and down to a hover or all the way. Inhale, lift, exhale back, inhale, extend, exhale around, inhale down. Pause, here we go. Inhale, extend, exhale around. We're breathing normally. If you're not following my breath here, that is okay. You can breathe however you want. One more. We have one more, right? Inhale. Maybe, I don't know. She can't talk right now. And around. So hard. So good for the body. And down and rest. How'd that feel, Kerrie? Good. Good. All right. That's a lot of work there. The reason that we're doing that work is to prep us for the next posture, which is going to be the most challenging one today. And this one is called Swan. So what that looks like, and I've demoed a couple times in the last couple weeks, is you're going to be pressing through that cobra up and down, and you're going to try to lift the legs as you come down. So she's pressing up, lifting the legs as she comes down. Now this is the first level for Swan, and you can stay here. This is already a lot of work for the body, and you don't have to move deeper into this posture unless you just want to. If you want to move deeper into it, then you're going to do what Kerrie was doing. You're going to rock up and down, and then you're going to build some momentum, bring the arms out in front of you, and rock. And sometimes I end up rocking kind of sideways. It feels kind of awkward, and that means that I'm forgetting to really engage my core. So you want to make sure that the core is really tightly engaged here. And remember, there's nothing easy about this particular posture. So be mindful of that and just do whatever you can. And again, if it's not serving you to bring the arms out and rock, that's okay. You don't have to do it again. She's like, I'm wondering how many of these I have to do. That looks awesome. Hers are really beautiful, and she honestly makes it look so easy, but I think she will also tell you it's not easy.
No.
At all. Nothing easy about any of these McKenzie exercises for the low back. They're all hard, no matter what they look like. All right, so from here, we're gonna keep the legs open, and we're gonna come into a little restorative Sphinx pose here. This is gonna feel so good. Just kind of release the low back. You can lift the legs up, and then do a little windshield washer, back and forth if that feels good. You can also lower down in windshield washer if that feels better for the spine. Hi, feet. Whatever's working for you. And then let's come back into the restorative Sphinx pose, and let's just hold it here for a moment. Final moment to check in with the body. Just notice how the body is feeling. Shoulders down away from the ears. One final sort of assessment, mind-body connection here, working your way down from the top of your head, down your feet, just noticing, breathing, relaxing, full body relaxation here. You're still strengthening the shoulders. I promise it works. You're still strengthening, stretching through the low back. You can make this more active by contracting your quads and lifting the kneecaps off the floor. Breathing here, holding one more breath. You can do it. I know it's getting a little bit hard. And from here, if you want to make this a little bit more powerful to close the practice today, you can start to lift up the right leg and just notice how hard that is. Just getting it even an inch off the floor, very challenging. Keep pulling your ribs together. Try not to let the ribs splay open. And then let's try the left leg. Just a little bit of power here to close our class. And then down. And then bring it all the way down to the floor. Press yourself up through your tabletop. Let's flow through a couple cat-cows. Check in with the spine. Hopefully it feels really good. Nice open spine. Hips going side to side. And then whenever you're ready at your own pace, press back into your child's pose. Open up your knees. Give your hips a nice welcoming hello. Close the practice, just feel it out. If there's any final movement that you feel like you need in your body today, let's take it. This is your opportunity to just feel it out. And then when you're ready, engage your core. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Bring the knees together, hands to heart center. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. Again, I'm Rae, this is Kerrie. We're here from Willow Gardens Yoga Studio in Buda, Texas. It's so awesome to see you all, and thank you for joining us today. Namaste.